You're sitting at a coffee shop, the same one you've been to 100 times. Same table, same hum of voices, same clink of cups. But today, something's off. The person across from you, someone you thought you knew, is smiling. Same smile as always. But it doesn't reach their eyes. It's like the air between you got heavier. You can't name it, but you feel it deep in your gut. A quiet alarm, not loud, not screaming, just there. You've seen something. Maybe it was a lie they told, a jab they thought you'd miss, a moment when their mask slipped and you caught a glimpse of what's underneath. Not a monster, not some cartoon villain, just something cold, something that doesn't care, and now they know you know. This isn't about evil in the way movies sell it. No dark cloaks or sinister laughs. This is about the quiet kind. The kind that hides in plain sight, in your office, your group chat, your family dinners. The kind that smiles while twisting the knife. And when they realize you've seen them, they don't run, they don't hide. They shift, they move, they act. Not with fists or shouts, but with something sharper, something designed to make you doubt, to make you question, to pull you back into their game. You're not here to fight them. You're not here to win. You're here to SEE, to stand steady, to protect the one thing they can't touch, your calm, your clarity, your peace. Stoicism teaches us this. You can't control what they do, but you can control what you let in. Epictetus said it best. It's not things that disturb us, but our thoughts about them. So let's look, let's see. Not to judge, not to fix, just to understand. We're going to walk through 7 things these people do when they know you've seen their truth. 7 signs. Not to make you angry, not to make you act, but to help you pause, to breathe, to stay clear. Because when you see clearly, their power starts to fade. If you've ever felt that shift, that moment when someone's mask slips, leave a small sign below. Not for us, not for fame, but so this can reach someone else who needs to pause, just like you. Sign 1. They send you strange vibes. You're in a meeting, same room, same faces, but one person, they're different today. You caught them in a lie last week. Nothing big, just a small twist of the truth. You didn't call them out. You didn't need to, but they know you noticed. And now, their energy's changed. Their smile feels tight, like it's painted on. Their questions dig a little deeper. So, what's your plan for this project? They ask. Sounds normal, but it's not. It's like they're probing, testing, watching. You feel it. That knot in your stomach. That quiet hum of unease. It's not loud, it's not obvious, but it's there, like static in the air. You try to shake it off. Tell yourself you're overthinking. But are you? That's what they want you to think. Because when you doubt your gut, you hand them the reins. These vibes aren't random. They're a signal, a tactic. When someone knows you've seen their truth, they don't always confront you. They don't need to. They just shift. They lean in a little closer. Ask questions that feel like traps. Their tone gets sharper, but not enough to call out. It's subtle, calculated, designed to make you feel unsteady, to make you question what you know. I've been there. A colleague I trusted, always friendly, always quick with a joke. Then I saw him throw someone else under the bus. Cleanly, quietly. No one else noticed, but I did. And after that, he changed. Not all at once, but his laughs felt forced. His "how's it going?" had an edge, like he was sizing me up, waiting for me to slip. It kept me up at night, replaying every word. Was I imagining it? Was I the problem? Then I remembered something Epictetus said. You're not disturbed by what happens, but by how you think about it. Those vibes, they're just air, just energy. They can't touch you unless you let them. So I stopped reacting. I watched, I nodded, I stayed calm. And you know what? His power over me, it faded, like fog burning off in the sun. You've felt this, haven't you? That moment when someone's presence just shifts. makes you tense, makes you second guess. What did you do? Did you push back or did you pause? Share it below. Not for me, but for someone else who's feeling that same knot right now. The trick is this. Don't fight the vibe. Don't argue with it. Just see it. Let it pass through you, like wind through a tree. You don't bend, you don't break. You just stand, because your calm is stronger than their chaos. Sign 2. They pile lies on lease. You lend a friend money. Not a lot. Just enough to help them through a rough patch. They promise to pay you back. They don't, weeks pass. You ask, gently, and they spin a story. A sick relative, a car repair. Something that tugs at your heart. You nod, you wait. But then, you hear they bought a new phone, took a trip, and that story, it starts to crack. You don't yell, you don't accuse, but they know you know. And instead of owning it, they double down. Another story, more details. Oh, that phone? It was a gift. The trip? Work paid for it. Every word built a new layer, a new wall, and you're left standing there wondering, what's real? This isn't just lying. It's a trap, a web. Each lie they tell doesn't just hide the truth, it pulls you deeper into their game. They want you confused. They want you doubting. Because when you're lost in their stories, you're not looking at them. You're not seeing the truth. Marcus Aurelius said it. The truth is simpler than their stories. But it's hard, isn't it? When someone you trusted spins a tale so smooth, you almost believe it. You want to believe it. Because believing them means the world still makes sense. But deep down, you feel the weight of their words. The way they stack up, heavier and heavier, until you're buried under them. I had a friend like this. Always had a reason. Always had an excuse. I caught him in a small lie on nothing major. Just a detail that didn't add up. When I asked about it, he didn't flinch. He built a whole story. Dates, names, reasons. It was so convincing. For a moment, I doubted myself. Was I too harsh? Was I wrong? But then I saw the pattern. Every time I questioned him, another layer, another story, and I realized he wasn't lying to me. He was lying to himself. Stoicism teaches us this. You can't control their words. You can't make them honest. But you can control what you hold on to. The truth doesn't need their permission. It just is. So when you catch them in a lie, don't chase their stories. Don't argue. Just stand in what you know. Let their words pile up. They'll collapse under their own weight. Have you been here, caught in someone's web of lies? Did you fight it or did you let it go? Share your story, not for likes, but for someone else who's tangled up right now. The next time it happens, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what do I know? Not what they're saying, not what they want me to believe, but what's true. Hold that. It's enough. Sign 3. They show up only when they need you. You've got a coworker, always friendly, always there with a high five or a great job. You lean on them, you trust them. They're solid until you hit a rough patch, a missed deadline, a personal crisis, something that makes you vulnerable. And suddenly, they're gone. No texts, no check-ins, just silence. Then, months later, they're back, smiling, chatty, like nothing happened. They need a favor, a connection, a quick hand on a project, and you realize they were never there for you. They were there for what you could give. This isn't just flakiness, it's calculation. These people don't see you as a person. They see you as a tool, a resource. When you're useful, they're all in. When you're not, they're nowhere. And when they know you've seen this about them, they don't apologize. They don't explain. They just turn up the charm. A quick, sorry, I've been swamped, or a half-hearted, you know how it is. Anything to keep you on the hook. It stings, doesn't it? That moment when you see it. When you realize someone you trusted was just playing a part. You replay every moment, every laugh, every we're in this together. And you wonder, was any of it real? That's what they want. They want you questioning. They want you hurt. Because when you're hurting, you're easier to use. I had a colleague like this, always there when we were crushing it, always ready to grab a beer after a win. But when I hit a wall, missed a big deadline, got called out in a meeting, he was a ghost. No support. No, you got this. Just nothing. Then, when he needed my help on his next project, there he was. All smiles, all, we're a team, right? It hit me hard, not because I needed him, but because I thought he cared. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time on what others do. Be what you are." You can't make them show up. You can't make them care. But you can decide who gets your time, your energy, your trust. Their absence isn't a loss. It's a gift, a chance to see who's real, who's worth your effort. Have you felt this? Someone who's all in until you need them? What did you do? Did you let them back in? Or did you walk away? Share it below, not for me, but for someone else who's wondering if they're alone in this. When they come back, don't rush to open the door. Pause. Look at their actions, not their words. Your peace doesn't need their presence. It never did. Sign 4. They make you feel small. You share an idea in a meeting, something you've been chewing on for weeks. It's not perfect, but it's yours. And then they speak. That one person. Their voice is calm, but their words cut. That's interesting, but why would you even try that? Or, didn't you think it through? It's not loud, it's not mean, but it lands like a stone. You feel stupid, small, like you should have known better. This isn't just criticism, it's a weapon. They don't want you to grow, they want you to shrink, to doubt, to second guess every step. Because when you're small, you're easier to control. You're less likely to call them out, less likely to trust your gut. And when they know you've seen their true colors, they lean into this, hard. Their comments get sharper. Their advice feels like a jab. You sure you can handle that? They say, with a smile. And you're left wondering, can I? It's not just words. It's a feeling, like you're shrinking in your own skin. You replay their comments at 2 a.m., wondering what you did wrong, why you're not enough. That's their goal, to keep you in that loop, to keep you questioning. Because when you're stuck there, you're not looking at them. I've been there. A friend, someone I admired, always had a way of cutting me down. Never cruel, never obvious. Just little remarks. You're still working on that? Or, that's a bold move, but risky. Every time I shared something big a plan, a dream he'd find a way to make it feel foolish. When I started to pull back, to see him for what he was, he didn't stop. He doubled down. "You're too sensitive," he said. And for a while, I believed him. Epictetus said, "No one can harm you unless you let them. Their words are just air, just noise. They only hurt if you carry them." So I stopped. I looked at his comments like clouds passing by. They didn't define me. They didn't change me. They were just his. And I was still here. Have you felt this? Someone's words making you feel less? What did you tell yourself? Did you fight back, or did you let it go? Share your story, not for likes, but for someone else who's feeling small right now. Next time it happens, pause, breathe, ask, is this about me or about them? Your worth isn't in their words, it's in you. Always has been. Sign 5. They rewrite their story. You catch someone, maybe a coworker. They've been dodging work, letting you carry the load. You don't make a scene, but you say something, quietly, directly. And instead of owning it, they spin a tale. "I've been so stressed," they say. Family stuff. You wouldn't believe it. Their voice cracks just enough. Their eyes soften. And for a second, you wonder if you misjudged them. This isn't an apology. It's a performance. They're not sorry. They're scared. Scared you've seen them. So they rewrite the script. They paint themselves as the victim, the misunderstood hero. Anything to make you doubt what you know, to make you question your own eyes. Because if you buy their story, they're back in control. It's slick, isn't it? The way they do it, the details, the emotion. It's not just a lead, a whole world they build, and they invite you in. I'm not that person, they say. You got it wrong, and you want to believe them, because believing them is easier than facing the truth. They're not who you thought. I had a co-worker like this, caught him slacking, letting deadlines slip. When I brought it up, he didn't argue. He told me a story, sick parents, a rough breakup. I'm trying, he said. It felt so real. I backed off. Felt guilty, even. Then I heard him laughing later, bragging about how he handled me. That's when I saw it. The story wasn't for me. It was for him, to keep his world intact. Marcus Aurelius said, "See things as they are, not as they're painted." Their stories are just paint, bright, shiny, convincing. But underneath, the truth is still there. You don't need to argue. You don't need to prove anything. Just see it. Hold what you know. Let their words fall away. Have you been here? Someone spinning a tale to dodge the truth. Did you buy it, or did you see through it? Share it below. Not for me, but for someone else who's stuck in their story. When it happens again, don't fight their words. Don't get lost in their world. Just stand. Your truth doesn't need their approval. It never did. Sign 6. They play the innocent victim. You call someone out, maybe a friend. They hurt you. Not a big thing, just a small betrayal, a promise broken, a jab that cut too deep. You say it plainly. That wasn't okay. And instead of owning it, they blink, wide-eyed. What? I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Their voice is soft. Their face is hurt, like you're the one who's wrong. This isn't innocence. It's a mask. They're not clueless. They're cunning. They know exactly what they did, but they play dumb. They play hurt. Because if they're the victim, you're the villain. And suddenly, you're apologizing. You're explaining. You're doubting your own pain. That's their goal. To flip the script. To make you question what's real. It's not just denial. It's manipulation. They want you confused. They want you off balance. Because when you're scrambling to make sense of it, you're not holding them accountable. You're not seeing them. You're too busy seeing yourself. I've been there. A friend, someone I trusted, let me down, ignored me when I needed them most. When I finally said something, they acted shocked. I didn't know it bothered you, they said. You should have told me. Their voice was so sincere. For a moment I felt guilty, like I'd overreacted, like I was the problem. But then I saw it. The way they dodged, the way they turned it back on me. It wasn't innocence, it was control. Epictetus said, "You don't need their agreement to know what's true. Their act doesn't change what happened. Their tears don't erase your pain. You don't need to convince them. You don't need to explain. You just need to stand in your truth. Let their performance play out. It's not your stage." Have you felt this? Someone playing innocent to dodge their fault? Did you argue, or did you walk away? Share your story, not for likes, but for someone else who's questioning their own reality. Next time it happens, pause. Look at their eyes, not their words. Their eyes will tell you what their mouth won't. Your truth is enough. Hold it. Don't let them take it. Sign 7. They try to control your mind. You're making a choice, something small. Maybe a new project, a new habit, a step forward. And someone close starts to weigh in. Are you sure? They say. That's a lot to take on. Their voice is soft, concerned, like they're looking out for you. But every word, it plants a seed. Doubt, fear. You start to wonder, can I do this? Do I need them to guide me? This isn't care, it's control. They don't want you strong. They don't want you free. They want you tethered, dependent. So they nudge, they question. They help in ways that make you feel less. You're not great with decisions, they say. Or, let me handle that for you. And bit by bit, you hand over your mind, your choices, your power. When they know you've seen their game, they don't stop. They push harder. They lean on your weaknesses. They remind you of your failures. Not loudly, not cruelly, but enough to make you pause. Enough to make you need them. Because if you're free, they lose their grip. I had a partner like this. Every time I wanted to try something new, learn a skill, take a risk, they'd be there. "You sure you have the time?" they'd say. "Remember last time?" It sounded like love, like care, but it wasn't. It was a leash. When I started to pull away, to see their control for what it was, they didn't fight. They just tightened the rope. More questions, more concern, until I realized they weren't protecting me. They were protecting their hold on me. Marcus Aurelius said, "Your mind is your fortress. Guard it. No one can take your thoughts, your choices, your freedom, not unless you let them. So when they try to steer you, pause. Ask, is this for me or for them? Your mind is yours. Always will be." Have you felt this? Someone pulling your strings, making you doubt? Did you break free, or are you still untangling? Share it below. Not for me, but for someone else who's feeling trapped right now. When it happens again, say no. Mean it. Set your boundaries and hold them. Your mind is your own. Don't let anyone rent space in it. You've walked through the 7 signs, the strange vibes, the lies on lies, the opportunists, the belittling, the rewritten stories, the fake innocence, the quiet control. They're not your burden. They're just patterns, signals, things to see, not to fight, not to fix, just to notice. Stoicism teaches us this. You can't change them. You can't make them honest or kind or real, but you can change what you let in. You can guard your peace, your clarity, your calm. Every time you choose to pause, to breathe, to see clearly, you take back your power. Not with anger, not with noise, but with quiet, with strength. What did you notice today? Not in them, not in their games, but in you. In how you stayed steady, in how you didn't react. That's where your freedom lives. That's where you begin. If this spoke to you, leave a small sign below. Not for us, not for fame, but for someone else who needs this moment of calm. Tomorrow, the noise will come again. The lies, the vibes, the control. But for now, just breathe. You're still here. You're still you.